Well, today we are going to learn about the Lewis structure. And firstly, we have to learn about the importance of learning about this Lewis structure. There are three main importances of learning Lewis structure. First one is by using this Lewis structure we can identify and we can know the arrangement of atoms in an ion or in a molecule. And next one is by using this Lewis structure we can identify the bonding nature of atoms in a molecule, like single bonds, double bonds or triple bonds. And next one is we can identify the nature of electron distribution in valence shell of the each atom. These are the main important point regarding Lewis structure. And let's see how to draw a Lewis structure for a given molecule or an ion. I will take an example, water. Let's see how to draw the Lewis structure of water. There are main key points to draw Lewis structure of molecules or ions. Very first thing is identification of central atom. This is the very first thing. Central atom is the atom which has lowest electronegativity, or the atom which have the ability to form multiple bonds. And the other point is hydrogen or fluorine never become a central atom because they form single bonds always. They never form a central atom in a molecule or an ion. So here oxygen should be the central atom. Then I am going to draw a sketch of this water molecule like this, forming oxygen as the central atom. Then next one is calculation of number of electrons in energy in last energy level of each atom. I mean electrons in the valence shell. Hydrogen, it has one electron in the valence shell and there are two hydrogens, so multiplied by 2. Oxygen, it has 6 electrons in the valence shell. Altogether there are 8 electrons. And next point is divide this 8 electron by 2 to form pairs of electrons. You can see there are 4 pairs of electrons. The next step is distribution of these electron pairs among atoms. Here first thing is the formation of a single bond between central atom and peripheral atom. A single bond means one pair of electrons like this. and the other bond we can form between hydrogen and oxygen like this. We have used 2 electron pairs so far, and there are 2 electron pairs remaining, and this remaining 2 electron pairs should distribute to the highest electronegative atom first. Among hydrogen and oxygen is the highest electronegative element, so these remaining 2 electrons should be on the oxygen valence shell, and but there is a limitation. Oxygen should not exceed the octet on its valence shell, but we can provide these 2 electron pair to the valence shell of the oxygen. We can see there are 8 electrons in the oxygen valence shell. It has not exceeded the octet rule. Hydrogen, it has 2 electrons, this one as well. And next point is finding the formal charge. Let's see how to calculate this formal charge. It is like this. Calculate the number of electrons of relevant atom first in its native form, and after forming a bond, the amount of electrons in the valence shell before the formation of bond and after formation of bonds. Hydrogen, it has 1 electron in the valence shell of its before formation of bonds, and finally also there is 1 electron, because in this bond pair of electrons, 1 electron belongs to hydrogen and the other electron belongs to the oxygen. And hydrogen, it has not changed its electrons, so its charge is considered as 0. Let's see about the oxygen as well. Oxygen, it has 6 electrons before formation of bonds. Let's see how many electrons present in valence shell of its after formation of bonds. From this bond, only 1 electron gained to the oxygen. From this bond as well, 1 electron gained to the oxygen. Then there are 2 lone pairs. Altogether there are 6 electrons after formation as well. So there is no electron change in the valence shell of oxygen, so its formal charge is 0. Hydrogen, again, it has 1 electron in the valence shell before formation of bonds. After formation of bonds as well, there is 1 electron, so no electron change in the valence shell, so its formal charge is considered as 0. So this structure is considered as Lewis dot diagram. Lewis dot diagram. And let's see how to draw dot and dash diagram by using this structure. It's very simple now. You can see there are electron pairs around the oxygen atom. There are 2 types of electron pairs called bond electron pairs and lone electron pairs. And when drawing Lewis dot dash diagram, we use a small dash to indicate a bond pair of electrons like this. This bond pair of electrons are indicated by using a small dash. Among this hydrogen and oxygen as well, there should be a small dash to indicate a bond electron pair. Lone electron pairs are marked like this, and this is the Lewis dot dash diagram of water molecule. And let's see in the example as well. Consider about the NH2 minus ion. Again, very first thing is the identification of central atom. You have to remember that hydrogen or fluorine never become a central atom. So nitrogen should be the central atom. We can sketch a shape, sketch this molecule like this. And next one is calculation of number of electrons present in valence shell of each atom. Hydrogen, it has 1 electron in the valence shell and there are 2 hydrogen, then multiply it by 2. And nitrogen, it has 5 electrons in the valence shell, and there is very important point, NH2 minus. This minus charge indicate that the gaining of an electron. So this molecule has gained an electron, it should be include to the total number of electrons. There is 1 extra electron in this molecule, so altogether there are 8 electrons. And again you can divide this 8 electron by 2, then there are 4 pairs of electrons in the NH2 minus molecule. Then distribute this 4 electron pairs among atoms, and first one is we have to make a bond between central atom and peripheral atoms separately. It should be a single bond, and single bond indicates by a electron pair. Then here also there should be a electron pair to indicate a single bond. We have used 2 electron pairs from 4 electron pairs, so there are 2 remaining electron pairs. These remaining 2 electron pairs should be provided to the highest electronegative element, that is nitrogen. Remember that it should not be exceed the octet rule of the nitrogen. And then calculate the formal charge. Let's see about formal charge of hydrogen. It has 1 electron before the formation of bond. At the end of formation of bond, it has 1 electron. There is no change of electrons in the hydrogen electrons in the valence shell, so it has no formal charge. Let's see about the nitrogen. We know that there are 5 electrons in the valence shell of nitrogen. Now after formation of bonds, from this bond it has gained an electron, from this bond as well it has gained an electron. 2 lone pairs are present. So altogether there are 6 electrons around nitrogen valence shell. So there is an extra electron in the valence shell of the nitrogen, so it has -1 charge as formal charge. This hydrogen as well gain 0 formal charge because its valence shell has not changed by electrons. And this is the Lewis dot diagram. Let's see how to draw Lewis dot dash diagram by using this Lewis dot diagram. Again you can see there are two electron pairs. There are two types of electron pairs: bond electron pairs and lone electron pairs. These bond electron pairs are indicated by a small dash. This one as well you can indicate as a small dash. You have to indicate lone electron pairs like this, and it's I mean nitrogen, it has -1 formal charge. You have to indicate this formal charge as well. This is the dot dash diagram of NH2 minus molecule. And I will explain another example as well. That is NH4 plus ammonium ion. Let's see how to draw Lewis structure of this NH4 plus. First one is identification of central atom. Here you know now hydrogen or fluorine never become a central atom, so nitrogen should be the central atom. I make a small simple sketch. And next one is calculation of number of electrons present in valence shell of each atom. Hydrogen, it has 1 electron and there are 4 hydrogens, so you have to multiply it by 4. And nitrogen, it has 5 electrons in its valence shell. There's very important thing as well. Again, NH4 plus, this positive charge indicates that the removal of an electron. So it has removed an electron, so then you have to subtract 1 electron from this total electron. Then altogether you can see again there are 8 electrons. This convert these 8 electrons into pairs, dividing by 2. Then there are 4 electron pairs. And next one, distribute these 4 electron pairs among atoms. And first thing is you have to make a single bond between central atom and peripheral atom separately. To form a single bond, you have to use 1 electron pair like this. This 1 electron pair indicate that a single bond should be like this. Okay, we have used all 4 electron pairs to form single bonds between central atom and peripheral atoms. And next one is calculation of formal charge. All the hydrogens are in the same form, and I will explain about one hydrogen. Consider this hydrogen. It has 1 electron in its valence shell. Before forming of bonds, and at the end, that means after formation of bond as well, it has 1 electron in its valence shell. We are considering like that because these 2 electrons form a single bond and only 1 electron belongs to the hydrogen. And there is no change in the number of electrons in hydrogen, so its formal charge is 0. This one also has 0 formal charge. And calculate the formal charge of nitrogen like this. Then nitrogen gain 1 electron from this bond, 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 and there are 4 electrons in its valence shell. And we know nitrogen has 5 electrons in its valence shell before formation of bonds. We can see that there is a reduction in 1 electron So reduction of electrons forms positive charges, that means positive ions. So this nitrogen should have +1 formal charge, and this is the Lewis dot diagram of ammonium. Let's see how to draw Lewis dot dash diagram of ammonium. In now you know this bond pair of electrons are indicated by using a small dash like this. Respectively, there are 4 single bonds in ammonium ion. Next one is you have to mark the formal charge of nitrogen close to the nitrogen atom. This is the Lewis dot dash diagram of ammonium ion. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's see Lewis structures of other molecules in another video. Thanks for watching.